I've worded this question very carefully, and I'm going to read it twice, not because I question anybody's intelligence, but just to make sure I get the point across. The question is, if God knows that by creating you, you will end up in hell, how has God not determined that you end up in hell by creating you? Okay, say it one more time. If God knows that by creating you, you will end up in hell, and nothing can change what he knows, how has God not determined that you end up in hell by creating you? Now, the most common way that this particular question is usually addressed from the free will side is that they will say, well, just because God knows that something will happen does not mean that he determined it to happen, right? And this, again, sounds great on the fly, but when you stop for even half a second, you realize that this is why I worded the question that I asked so carefully, because you'll notice something. If God knows that by creating you, his knowledge is grounded in his own action, right? So the only way that the statement that if God foreknows something doesn't mean he determined it would be true is if the thing he's foreknowing is not traceable to him. In other words, he has nothing to do with, absolutely nothing to do with whatever it is he's foreknowing.